Now let's go over to the main topic today. So last time, when we were talking about the payment systems, we were highlighting some of the key points why Ethereum protocols and payment systems are so scarce and scarcely presented on our DeFi market. I have prepared for you the presentation, and I will show you some of the highlights. So we discussed and we talked about DeFi Pulse overview and payment tab. You see this payment system tab is not that big. Only we spoke about 4 protocols and details, and we wanted to have a look at them as analysts, not just like users, or at least like advanced users who know more a little bit about cryptocurrency than any other ordinary user. And of course, on top of that, we see Flexa with the biggest number of turnover. So we mentioned last time that they were mostly operating in the US and in Canada, and you see the big gap between them in turnover of locked value in the protocol. So this is a decentralized protocol, and it's not a monopolist, if not a monopolist, but definitely a leader in this area. So the area is not so numerous, but we see between those several rivals, between those several projects, we see only one definite outstanding leader. So let's have a look at the white paper of what Flexa is and why this protocol is leading. So this is the white paper, and this scheme illustrates how our current payment system works with Visa, MasterCard, and all those intermediaries that are standing between you as a customer and a merchant, as someone who sells you the products. We have POS terminals, payment gateway, processing, which is taking too much efforts. So different kinds of merchants banks, acquiring banks, and cardholders bank. Not only cards, but associated accounts to that, card processing, card association, lots of registers. So many financial and infrastructural intermediaries that are taking resources and of course our money. So it looks to you like you are the customer. You pay through all available methods, through cards and through chips and NFC chips, or through mobile wallet applications. So it looks to you simple. You just pay and go. But of course, those commissions, those fees are gathered from you, and of course you are paying for all those institutions that are standing between you and merchant and seller who gives you the service or product. So this is how it works currently. And to illustrate that better, they give the statistics of the costs that the retailers are paying to processing operations. So the data is very old, so it's 5 years old, to 2016, but I think it's still relevant and it's still taking place. So the leader in the US market, Walmart, is paying almost $5 billion, you say, almost $5 billion paid in 2016. I think that the number of commissions is quite the same, and or at least of that level, so to say. And all the other retailers. So in the UK, it's Tesco, $249 million. So all the other European and Japanese Australian retailers pay the amount of that rank. I'm not talking about the whole world. The whole world is paying even more. And you can imagine the whole turnover, the whole number of the operations, and at least we pay or at least half a percent of the money for that, and that's a big investment to those, not investment, this is a big fee that is going on to all those intermediaries. So that's how it works, but we don't have a better service that gives us a better alternative to that. And we see the big gap. If we look back to the value locked in DeFi protocols, of course, those numbers are not impressing at all, because it's not even $1 billion in total that is locked on Ethereum, the biggest blockchain and the biggest DeFi platform, blockchain platform. Of course, we see the huge difference. That means that all this potential can move to the DeFi area. So like it's happening with lending protocols, with decentralized exchange. But in decentralized exchanges and lending protocols, it's not that complicated to grow. That's why the list of competitors there is longer, because the smart contract is easier to implement for exchanges, for swapping, for lending operations. But for payments, and you know why, it's more complicated. It's more complicated just because it's taking too much efforts. It's taking more infrastructure, because a customer wants to pay at the cash desk and then go outside. So that's what's happening. But all those collateral balance need to be provided by somebody, and nobody can provide a decentralized solution for that. Only centralized solution can do that effectively at the moment. So I think that Flexa is the only decentralized provider that can do that for us. So let's go over there and see what advantages it has compared to banks and payment cards and mobile applications that we pay with. Of course, Flexa says that that only them give freedom of choice, what they need. So they need to. They are emphasizing the aspect of avoiding fees and mechanisms of which are out of control. So of course, mobile wallets, payment cards, bank transfers cannot provide that freedom. Flexa as a decentralized solution can provide that. Security is important for all of us. So they say that everything is secure except mobile wallets. Speed, of course, we are interested in having a fast transaction, and bank cards and usual transfers, wired transfers cannot be that fast as Flexa protocol and mobile wallets. Of course, usefulness, everything is useful, because for the customer, the purpose is only to pay and go, and bringing value. So they're affirming that only payment cards and they can bring value to the market. Of course, it's very easy and handy for you to pay with your Visa, MasterCard, or American Express card, just with NFC contact, and then just go and pay and go, do your own work. So that's what's happening here, and I would like to go further on. So what we need from cryptocurrency transaction. And this is a big task for cryptocurrencies architects, for technical people who are giving who are putting some efforts in the architecture. So these tasks are quite difficult to implement, and Flexa does that quite easily. So real-time transactions, as we mentioned, a customer needs just to pay and go. So low fees, no matter if you even pay by cash at the moment at any store, you still pay those fees because it's all included into the goods. And broad acceptance. I think this is the aspect that's important for people who want to pay everywhere with everything. So imagine you want to pay with cryptocurrency, but you and your friend or your wife or your husband is not is paying with different cryptocurrencies, but you want to pay for the same for the same product. You just need to pay with any cryptocurrency. So that would be mass adoption from all sides, from customers and from merchants. So let's go a little bit more into theory and saying that Flexa is that network that provides the cryptocurrency transactions in between merchants and between customers, and allow to receive cash deposits via existing points of sale. So you know what merchants want to do? They want to receive cash, because in real economy they need cash and fiat money. But the customers are apt and inclined to use cryptocurrencies. So any supported cryptocurrencies they want. So how to resolve this problem? I have no other solution rather than Flexa Network. This is the only working tool that allows to resolve those issues, and we can look into that process, how it's happening. So what they affirm and what they say in their white paper is that customer just uses an application, I mean any application, with flex code scan. With that flex code, they just scan it on the terminal, and Flexa is sending this money to the merchant's bank, and merchant is getting this money in fiat. So this is looking fantastic, but in fact, it is technically it's a very difficult task that needs to be implemented. So now flex code scan. Flex code scan is something is the code that needs to be provided in the app. So imagine you are using you and your friends are using different cryptocurrencies, different applications. So and Flexa resolves those issues. I can show you how exactly it is realized. So let's go further on. So Flexa payment trades or facilities. What Flexa payment does not have is it doesn't have NFC chip. So near field communication, when you touch with your card or with your Apple Watch, when you touch with your Apple Watch the POS terminal or with your phone, you can touch it, and then then the payment happening. So that's NFC chip that helps you to pay quickly without any time delay and without any pauses. So that's what's happening usually, and Flexa solution does not have that option, does not have that technical physical device. So it just needs those Flexa code, and that's it, Flex code. Then the second restriction that Flexa payment does not have is somebody by the issuing company that issues mobile devices, like Apple issuing and producing iPhones. Of course, Apple is not only an iPhone producer, it's a regulator. It does not relate only on App Store when they're taking 30% of developments of the fees from the purchases, but of course on the device level, of course, they have requirements to payment cards that can be included into wallet application, and even I can say the same about Google, about Google Pay system. Of course, they have their own regulations, despite the fact that the Android platform itself is open source. So we still have lots of monopoly at the market on infrastructure level, on banking level, on the physical level, and on device level. Of course, we have lots of regulators, instructions, and lots of things, lots of bureaucracy we need to overcome. So Flexa does overcome those barriers. Let's see how it's implemented. We are talking about Flexa Wallet SDK. So ideally, they should have said, okay, let's do only Flexa Wallet solution, and make everyone install Flexa Wallet, and so that the merchants will need to have Flexa Wallet, and the customers. But this is not a good solution, because it's very hard to convince everyone to use your application. It's better to integrate your solution into other applications. That's why they have SDK. SDK is a set of tools that developers can use when developing the product or integrating the product. So it has two major technical solutions. The first one, FPAN, is the flexible primary account number. So this is your in short, your wallet, your purse, and you need to do transaction. It's a one-time authorization that allows a merchant to debit local fiat currency against the selected cryptocurrency wallet balance. So in simple words, it's allowed a seller, a merchant, to identify your balance from cryptocurrency supported, and put it simple into fiat currencies, to have the guarantee that fiat currency will go to their bank account soon, like the same way like it happens with Visa and MasterCard. So, and the second item, technical solution, is FlexCode. It's a backwards compatible barcode or QR code that is scannable by standard point of sale barcode readers, so scanners, by all scanners in short. So each flex code converts the FPAN, so your primary account number, with any unauthorized metadata through the merchant point of sale system. So in simple words, this is the code, like a promotion code. It can be redeemed here, but it is backwards compatible. So it means that it allows you to give the feedback from the system to the customer level. For example, if you return something back to the store, the merchant is asking you for a card, and you just do a transaction again, but revert the money back to Visa or MasterCard. The same can happen here. So it's flexible code. So the whole name of the Flexa project is connected to flexibility, of course. So it gives flexibility. This is an innovation, a technical innovation that allows us to use Flexa as an adapted tool, like the same as we're using in the centralized solutions like Visa card, MasterCard, and American Express. So the developers have made a big job that allows us to adapt really decentralized solutions, that they have helped to adapt all the existing cryptocurrency technologies to the real world that we used to implement, used to utilize in the real world when we buy something at the store or online. So let's look at the Flexa closer, and it's important to see how exactly the transaction works. So let's have a look at it again. So Flexa coin, so they have another coin, is a collateral that is locked against. So imagine you have come to a cash desk and you just lock your collateral against the cryptocurrency you are using, no matter whether it's Bitcoin or Litecoin or Ethereum. So you can pay with it. So it's locked, and the collateral is issued at that point. Then the wallet app sends the equivalent amount of digital currency to the merchant. So, and your collateral is released